Hello and welcome back to the Traxion channel. A slightly ill-sounding Rich here, and today we're going to review a game that I've been excited for all year. It's incredible how much playtime I got with the most basic of Hot Wheels sets back in the day, just a drop and a loop to lose myself in. Plus, I really liked video games, which leads us to Hot Wheels Unleashed, that aims to take that same joy of receiving a new model car and bring it to life in the form of a brand new racing video game. Can it really evoke those precious, carefree, formative days filled with imagination and wonderment for the modern digitized era? Let's find out. On the face of it, the developers of Hot Wheels Unleashed, Italian veterans Milestone, look to have sifted through every fan-requested feature on the internet and tried to squeeze them all into this accessible arcade experience. There's a lengthy single-player career, truly next-generation visuals, multiple difficulty levels, the ability to upgrade vehicles, a paint booth, a photo mode, a track editor, and online racing. Rarely has there been such a feature-complete first effort for a gaming franchise. Part of the reasoning for this is the use of the Unreal Engine to power the game, something the Milanese studio has extensive experience with, having produced 14 games over the past 4 years with the technology. While conceptually different, learnings from these other titles, such as MotoGP, Ride, and Monster Energy Supercross, have translated over into Unleashed. The net result is something more polished than a Georgian-era stately home's floor. Playing on a top-spec PC or a PS5, as we did for this review, the game's visuals are unrivaled. There is no better-looking racing game on the market right now. The 1/64th scale cars and matching environments are highly detailed, sure, but it's the lighting that really sets this game apart. The metallic paints of the die-cast models, the light pouring across skatepark windows, or the reflective surface of that plastic orange track. I found myself sporadically using the photo mode just to pan around the levels and look at the cars up close. The vehicles even scratch up through a race just like my childhood collection did after repeated crashes into kitchen appliances. Little nicks appear on the brightwork and light scratches on the polycarbonate windows. Yet, a video game is not just shiny visuals and a checklist of features. It needs to be much more than that in order to succeed. It needs to be fun. Thankfully, Hot Wheels Unleashed is just that. There are times, like when you complete your first boss battle in the career, entitled Hot Wheels City Rumble, where you'll just be sat there with a huge smile slapped across your face. The way a vehicle handles is a key ingredient of an enjoyable racing game, and here, big drifts are the key to your success. A simple dab on the brakes as you start steering results in a lurid slide that's easily managed and mercifully quicker than wall riding. Each toy feels uniquely different too. They don't really need to, this is a Hot Wheels game, not Gran Turismo, but a Chevrolet Camaro has a distinct flavour that sets it apart from a Motosaurus or a Buns of Steel. Hypercars like the Koenigsegg Jesko are spiky and trickier to drift than, let's say, a Fiat 500. Another key to the satisfaction is the track design. They loop up, down, around and jump over relatively vast chasms and flip you upside down. There are moments when you mistime a jump, but you can use the analog sticks in a fortuitously timed boost to fly and correct your course, analogous to Rocket League. There are 6 locations for the tracks to snake through, but seemingly endless configurations. Lead designer Federico Cardini recently told TraxionGG that all the circuits used within the game were in fact created using the same track builder that all players have access to. Speaking of which, there's almost an infinite list of possibilities, and it's relatively straightforward to use. The number of track pieces is limited, but that's okay, because you can bend, twist, and shape them just like you can with their real-life plastic counterparts. The tutorial, however, is just a few lines of text, so younger users might not find building a track all that easy first time out. Now, all of this would just be a sideshow if not integrated into the experience. I've seen this before with track editors where, aside from the creation itself, there's little to actually do with it. But in Hot Wheels Unleashed, should you join a public online lobby, random creations from the community can appear in the track voting system, a worthwhile use of user-generated content. It's a shame then that, while the inclusion of private lobbies and spectator mode are welcome, there's simply no online progression system at all. Not even unlocking cosmetic trinkets or gears to upgrade your collection, and a ranking system is also completely absent. The network play appeal is sadly ephemeral. What should entertain those with friends for longer is the split-screen gameplay, and I'm glad to report that the slick visuals and super smooth frame rate performance hold up on the hardware we tested it with, essential for the target audience of this game. If all of that smells like roses and you're waiting for a but, then now your patience is sadly about to be rewarded. The City Rumble is where you'll likely spend most of your time. Each challenge, either a race or time trial event, is placed on a top-down area that's akin to a toy car playmat. As a former owner of such a carpet, as probably most of you were, just looking at the top-down layout is a joy. Plus, the route you take is not strictly linear, with branching options. As you play through, you earn gears to upgrade the performance of your vehicles or buy cosmetic items for your basement, a largely superfluous area that seemingly exists so that things could be unlocked for it. You also earn credits to buy things in-game. Except spending credits is not how you attain vehicles most of the time. There's no dealership or even a full list of models available. 90% of the acquisitions are done through blind boxes. The first time you load the game, you are given 3 for free, so at least you have something in your collection to drive with. Otherwise, you either receive a box that includes a random model, or you buy another box for 500 in-game credits. You don't know what's inside, basically like any other loot box, and like basically every other loot box, there is a rarity associated to the vehicles. You receive a rush of endorphins upon receiving something that's either cool or scarce, but I also wish there was a way of seeing all the vehicles available or being able to try them first in quick race or split screen modes. There is a shop, of sorts, labelled limited offers, but that only stocks 4 or 5 vehicles at any one time and refreshes every few hours via the internet. Expect to pay upwards of about 1500 credits for something in here, which is fine, except the number of credits you receive for completing an event can be as little as 40. That being said, the career is lengthy and diverse, so perhaps the game has been paced to not wear out of appeal early on. I did find, however, that once I'd upgraded a car to have the maximum possible speed rating, there was little incentive then for me to switch to another vehicle, despite the lure of wanting to collect them all. You are at least able to edit the look of your weapon of choice thanks to the livery editor. There's a wide selection of colours, decals and paint finishes, so if you really go to town, this is a real time sink. You can share your design with the world online too, and download other people's creations. Strangely, you don't apply the design from inside the actual paint booth, rather you download it from one menu then apply it in another, which is rather esoteric. Similarly, when you receive a blind box in the career, you must then back out to the shop to open it. I'd like to be clear on this, I'm not enamoured by the game's unlocking system. Credits don't flow, blind boxes feel a little passé these days, and the grind puts a damper on the otherwise incredible variety. Crucially though, it mostly doesn't get in the way of a good time. I still really enjoyed my hands-on with Hot Wheels Unleashed and will continue to do so as the future DLC packs arrive. There's also enough content here out of the box to not worry about the extensive paid content roadmap. That all feels entirely optional, which is really good. Hot Wheels Unleashed is by far the best game made by Milestone to date, and just good old-fashioned sideways fun for all ages. If I were 10 years old right now, I think I would be jumping up and down in excitement for this game to arrive on release day. So that's our review of Hot Wheels Unleashed. Are you excited to drift around some digital plastic? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more Hot Wheels Unleashed content here on Traxion in the coming weeks, perhaps some split screen mayhem maybe, then why not hit subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Thanks for watching, have a great week, keep it pinned, and I'll see you next time.